Well, how are you getting on with your fish, Chucks? As you can see, I've cut all my fish out here ready to use. There you go, little bits and pieces. If these bits here are a little bit fiddly, don't worry, you don't have to use them. You might just want to use those first five. Anyway, we're going to be using those. I just want to show you me box frame here. So you see, I'm just going to take these bits of masking tape. You see how you get a nice tight edge there. Now I've got one that looks a bit like a dog's hind leg because I checked it before you came back. Those are all okay, but this one here, I obviously didn't do very well. So I was seeing that it looks blooming awful. I've not put that together very well, but I was thinking, what can I do? So I've taken my template here with a thin paper on, and I'm just going to attempt without a safety net of trying to kind of get creative. And I'm going to just stick it, I've got to turn it up, sorry I can't see a blooming thing otherwise. There you go, and just a little bit there. And I've just do a little bit of repairing. I've just got thin paper there, and then just pull it tight over the top. That'll be okay there. That kind of covers it up a little bit, do you know what I mean? Just makes it look a little bit better. Now I could also put a little diamond of, well, a triangle here and cover that corner, but I'm not very pleased with that corner bit there, but you can take more time and get your corners more like this, nice and tight. Now listen, what we're going to do now is prepare the fish. Now this is where your bit of foam rubber comes in handy. Now these are the fish all cut out, and a good idea is to line them up in the order that you're going to be sticking them together. But the fish are very flat. If you stuck it down on top of each other, it would be just a flat fish. It would be more like a plaice than a salmon. So what I like to do is just turn that over, and then with something round, that's why I've got my little stick here, you've got the foam underneath, and you just roll it over the back of the paper like that, and can you see how it's beginning to curl? It's beginning to curl there, so you get more of a rounded fish effect there like that. So if I turn that over like so, you can see it's more rounded. So if you do that to all of the pieces getting ready to assemble, now what you also want to do by the time you come back is, I've got some double-sided foam tape here, but you can use whatever medium you want. I've even been desperate enough to use little bits of cut up cardboard. So I'm just going to cut that off there, and I'm just going to put them along the middle there, just some double-sided foam getting ready to assemble. And you don't have to put a full strip there, I'm just putting a little bit where it touches. So what I want you to do, your frame's finished. You've cut out all of your salmon bits. I want you to roll them. I say you could use anything. You can use a pen if you wanted to as well, something like that, something round. Wouldn't use your rolling pin, love. You want to do that to all of these, and then we'll come back and we'll assemble it. All right. So you get on with the next bit. If you're falling behind, don't worry. Don't forget, you don't have to watch it live. They're all recorded, so you can watch back at any time and pick up what we're doing. Now you can see all my fish. I've got a little bit of double-sided foam tape on the back. I've taken the bits off, all the bits of back in here, ready to assemble. But don't take it off on the first one, because we're not going to assemble it into this straight away, because I'm going to give you options you can do. So I've still got the backing paper.
Into what? Show them into what?
What?
Into what? You're not going to assemble it into what?
Into a complete project.
Into the frame.
The frame. Don't you start getting pedantic. So there's that one. You can see how it's rounded up and it's got that. I just want to show you that as well. You see, when you're cutting this stuff or using your scissors, just a little tip here. I use a stick away. This is the Crafter's Companion one, and it stops your scissors. They're stuck together now. Like, well, I won't say like what. And what I do generally is just spray, giving it a shake, just spray a little bit on a tissue, and then just rub that onto the affected area. I think it sounds like a medical complaint, doesn't it? And that'll just take that glue off really quickly, and your scissors will be nice and easy to use again. So there's that. I use that Crafter's Companion stuff. Now you could, if you wanted to, if this was finished, now I'm going to leave this because I might paint it or do something. Just check your fish fit in there perfectly. Whew. And they did. Now I would normally, if that was finished, but I'm probably going to paint mine. I can show you that during the week. That would stick direct in there, but you can make your fish independently, and then you can decide what you want to do with it later. So there's the first fish. Can you see that all right? And now we're going to lay over the top the next section, and you need to do this as accurately as possible. Famous last words. Like that. And you can see how that's rounding nicely. And it's like, because you've got the foam pad going down the centre there, it allows it to go round. So you're actually making a 3D fish, but it actually looks a little bit like it's been cut in half. A bit gruesome, but never mind. And then the next one goes over the top. Each of these sections have got little bits missing, as it were. So that goes over there. You can see that one's stuck down there now, and again just roll it over a little bit. But you see that bit's been cut off there, so you've got the fin underneath, gives it more of the 3D look. And then I've got the next one going on top of that. Can you swivel round a bit so I can, makes it easy for me? I'm doing everything back to front, upside down. That one lays over the top. I think I'll do the head, get the head right first, and if you get the head right, the rest should follow. God, that sounds very... Don't press it down until you've really got it in the right place. Jiggle it a little bit. That's not the right place. Just stretch over a little bit like that. There you go, you can see the fish is building up there. There's the next section, you can see that not much of the fish is left. All the fins have been cut off. So again, if you run your hands down the side, it helps you guide it. And again, just kind of roll it over. So you're getting that 3D look at the fish. Then I've got this section here, which is just the head. And again, I'm going to stick that down there as accurately as possible. And just roll that little bit over. Now you've got the next bit of the head. You don't have to do all these little bits if you think, oh, that's a bit fiddly. I'm not faffing around with that. Oops, get on there. And that just rolls over there. And I can see there I've got a little bit of white showing where I've left a bit of paper. So this is like crisis crafting, this, isn't it? And then I've got my little bits and pieces. I've got a little bit of a fin here. Little sliver of foam on the back. Foam tape. Not foam, it's not having a shave. That goes on there. And I've got the next bit here. That's a little bit of the gill. That's going on there. Like that. And then I've got another little bit here that's going on the, well, it said flipper, but it's a fin, isn't it? It's not a seal. Oops, get that accurate. There you go, you can play around with it yourself afterwards. And then you've got the basic shape there, and you can kind of just play around with it and kind of mould things in so they look quite good. And there you've got your fish. Now you could do with that whatever you want. You could stick it on a card, you could make a whole shoal of them. That can then, if you want, stick directly into there. Just take the backing off and you've got that. There, you've got the salmon inside the picture frame. Now what we're going to make, well, I'll tell you what, get that far and then I'll show you how to make a wrap, and that you can slide over it, and so you can put some acetate on the inside so it kind of protects it all. Anyway, get that far and then we'll finish off soon.